We've now got 8 gigs of RAM across all iPhone 16 models. Blood oxygen monitoring is disabled for US customers due to ongoing patent disputes. There's no USB-C cable included with the new AirPods 4, even though we do have the old silhouette motif going on from the old iPod commercials. Apple killed off fine woven cases after just 1 year, even though the fine woven wallets are still here. There are all kinds of details that Apple didn't go out of its way to spotlight from the recent event that you might have missed, and we're gonna dive into them today in a simple, no fluff manner, because these things may affect your purchase decision. Quickly though, speaking of hidden gems, my Pro iPhone Video Essentials course will show you how to unlock under the radar features and tricks on any iPhone to help you capture cinematic quality video without needing the latest model. The pre-order is linked up down in the description, and it comes with 2 free courses, my Learning to Be Productive course and my Freeform Unleashed course. So there's some value for you right off the bat. We're gonna start with under the radar iPhone details, then we're gonna get to the Apple Watch details, then the AirPod details, then some miscellaneous details. One missed detail I wanna make sure you're aware of is that there was a JPEG XL format, which was hinted at in the iOS 18 code, which sounds like it's gonna be a big deal for people who are looking for better image compression without losing image quality. Now, this isn't an official feature yet. Hopefully it's something that's coming soon. It's something that sounds like it could get activated after you make your purchase. MagSafe charging has now been upgraded to 25 watts. Apple's confirmed this speed boost. That's fast, but if you wanna take advantage of this, you're gonna need a 30-watt USB-C power adapter to make it work. Is this Apple preparing for a portless future? Sure kinda looks like it, although I know the EU has other plans. Now for those that actually care, there's Wi-Fi 7 support in both the 16 and 16 Pro. This was hidden in the specs, but you're gonna get faster, more efficient wireless performance. But to take advantage of it, you'll need a compatible Wi-Fi 7 router. I'll link one up in the description for you. You probably heard Apple mention you can take spatial video now with your iPhone, but what was not touted is that it's capped at 1080p. Better than nothing, but if you are hoping to be able to immerse yourself in your own 4K videos shot on your iPhone in the Apple Vision Pro, so you can do what Apple talked about, be in the moment all over again, that might be a little disappointing. So the new camera control button is pretty cool. It's cool on the 16 and the Pro. One difference though on the Pro is that you get this DSLR style half press functionality, which lets you preview a shot and adjust the focus before you actually press all the way down to capture a photo. And that's something that's only going to be on the Pros. You heard the Pro lineup's gonna have a physically bigger battery, but did you realize you might get up to 4 more hours of battery life on the Pro Max? Those Pro displays are thirsty, and if you wanna go longer in between charges without bringing an extra power pack with you, the Pro is definitely the way to go. I wanted to highlight this post from Apple Hub, which shows 5 years of iPhone, quote, Pro design. Now, some people are taking this in a sarcastic way. Others are just kind of interested to see that in the iPhone 11 Pro in 2019, up through where we're at right now, not a whole lot has changed in terms of the look, the camera placement. You have different shades of colors, just kind of interesting. I also want to point out Shay's post here where he's showing off the iPhone 10 bezels versus the new 16 Pro. You can see the difference. You know, a lot of people used to get really into, wow, the bezels are so different, or they're not. I really barely have touched on it in my coverage this year because honestly, at this point, who really cares? Obviously, the iPhone 15s have been discontinued, but the iPhone 13 was still available for sale until just the other day. That's been discontinued now as well. A lot of people were confused by the slide that mentioned you could pause video recordings on your iPhone now. Basically, when you start recording video, you're now gonna be able to pause it instead of just stop it and then pick it back up again. Here's something kind of interesting. The new MagSafe cases include sapphire crystal buttons, which are gonna go over that new camera capture button. It's a capacitive touch button and you don't want that thing getting messed up, so you need some really strong protection there. This is the kind of thing nobody thinks about, and it's hard to have a case that's gonna work with that as well. Third parties are gonna have to adapt, but the official Apple cases are gonna keep that button nice and safe. Speaking of cases and under the radar, I was not expecting to see Beats come out with iPhone cases, but they did, and you might like the look of them. They're definitely a little bit more unique. I would personally rather have this than the fine woven cases, so that's fine with me. Halide points out that Apple calls the main camera the Fusion camera now because it handles both the 1x and the 2x zoom range. Might as well throw in there just for fun, Samsung's been trolling Apple. Let us know when it folds. If you happen to be someone looking forward to millimeter wave 5G, that's still limited to US models. And I just have to point out, it's interesting that we have this design throwback to the iPhone 10 with the new 16 and 16 Plus because it evokes that vertical alignment with the cameras that the iPhone 10 had, right? Just some interesting camera nostalgia there. Now, speaking of nostalgia, that jet black option for the new Apple Watches on the Series 10, well, it hasn't been an option since 2019 with the iPhone 11 lineup. Very slick. I gotta tell you, the Apple Watch Series 10 screen is actually larger than the Ultra 2. Just slightly. When you see them side by side, you may not even notice. The fact remains, if you're looking for a bigger display, technically you're getting that on the brand new Apple Watch Series 10. You might have noticed we didn't get a new Apple Watch Ultra 3, although we do get the new black color, but the SE3 and the Ultra 3 are expected to launch next year now. Benjamin Mayo pointed out that the new Reflections and Flux faces now display mini versions of themselves in the Smart Stack, so unlike other faces that use a generic analog or digital clock, you're still gonna maintain some of those faces there. Also, a little detail you might have missed is that the display is slightly more rounded as well. The physical design is not the only thing that slimmed down on the new Series 10, unfortunately. Apple, of course, tries to make the Apple Watch all about health, and it really is. But due to patent disputes that have been going on for a while now, the Series 10 lacks blood oxygen monitoring in the US. That means if you're coming from a certain older model of Apple Watch, it might be a downgrade for you to get the new version. And you wanna know something crazy? One really cool detail a lot of people miss is that you don't have to pair this with AirPods if you wanna hear stuff now. That's because the Apple Watch Series 10 can now play back media, not just phone calls, through the speakers, which is gonna be really convenient if you prefer to leave your iPhone behind. And now, honestly, a lot of people are gonna ditch their Ultras, which they wanted just for that bigger screen for this very purpose, especially if they can play media, and just go with this. Also wanted to highlight this post from iMore, which says the Apple Watch Series 10 bands will work with older Apple Watch models. I should probably mention also, you wanna get subscribed because I've got all this stuff headed my way. So if you wanna know my hands-on thoughts, I'm gonna try to give you as much value as I can and not just kind of regurgitate all the different talking points that you're gonna see on a million different channels. Really gonna try to do my best to bring you additional useful information. So get subscribed. But let's turn to the AirPods now, specifically the Pros, which didn't see much action at this event. Interestingly enough, someone found buried deep inside the iOS code a hint, so this is not coming from a rumor blog somewhere, that we could see heartbeat monitoring coming to a new pair of AirPods sometime soon. So not officially announced, but that might cause you to think twice if you're in the market for some Pro AirPods at the moment. Speaking of Pro, I want you to look at the AirPods Max and how Apple has it labeled on the AirPods website. You know, you've got new AirPods, but instead of saying new AirPods Max, it just says new colors. A lot of people are up in arms over the fact that it's been 4 years since the Max came out and Apple didn't even update the chip inside. I mean, isn't it a little bit weird that the Max didn't get any new features that were added to the AirPods 4? I mean, these are the high-end AirPods, right? The AirPods Max bra case is still a thing. Now, what's interesting about the new AirPods 4 is not just that there are two different models, one that has ANC now, but that these cool new AirPods don't come with a USB-C cable included with your purchase. If you get the ANC version, you could wirelessly charge your new AirPods 4, but the website's a little misleading there, isn't it, when it says it's easy as USB-C, both models come with USB-C charging capabilities. If you've been waiting to get my Learning to Be Productive course or my Freeform Unleashed course, now's the best time because you can get them both for free if you pre-order Pro iPhone Video Essentials, which you probably should, whether you're getting the new iPhones or not, if you want to get the best look out of your iPhone video. If you're not gonna spend money on the new Apple products, you might wanna spend a lot less to upgrade at least the visuals of your Apple stuff. There's a mega pack available on the Daily Tech Wallpaper store. It's normally $54 because it's all the Daily Tech wallpaper, hundreds of files, but you can get it for just about $5 with the code in the description. That's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe because I got all this stuff coming up. I'm gonna be checking out the new iPhones, Apple Watches, AirPods, everything. So get subscribed and I'll let you know what I think when I go hands-on, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.